Good morning, Colorado. Welcome to a Hump Day edition of Local Biz Buzz. I'm your host, Larry Hers, and this is going to be a fun episode today. I am fired up. We have Priscilla here from Urban Farmhouse, and look at all this. I don't know what the heck half of this is, but we're going to find out. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
You should be. I mean, you've got something incredible to share with the world. We need to learn about you and all these products. Okay. Give us a little history.
Okay, so it started with shrubs, actually. And I know a lot of people are asking.
Already. I'm lost already.
Exactly. What are shrubs? So 2019, I thought, okay, let me get a little bit healthier. Let me introduce some things to me and my husband that normally is not in our diet. And that was apple cider vinegar. But it upset my stomach. So I kind of stopped with that. A little bit later, I come back to it again. And I had an article. I found an article that said, what is a shrub? The funny thing is, though, is it didn't have a plant or a bush on the front of it. And it's like, okay, this is interesting. So I started reading about it. So shrubs. Shrubs are apple cider vinegar based, okay? They come from colonial America where we didn't have refrigeration. And they used the apple cider vinegar to preserve fruits and vegetables, okay? It fell out of favor. Soon we got refrigeration, and that happened about 1913, 1915. But they've made a resurgence, okay? And you have craft bars that are bringing these back, and this happened maybe 5-6 years ago, where they are creating cocktails from shrubs that they've made in-house. So this is where I got the idea from, that if I mix fruits and vegetables or herbs with this and sugars, I can go and drink this. And that's kind of how that started.
What was the first flavor you went for? And is it here?
It is not here. And it is the pear vanilla ginger one.
Oh, that sounds good.
That was the very first one. It had sugar in it. All my ingredients are organic when I make them. And now I don't do sugar in most of the shrubs, nor honey either. So, and no salt at all.
Give them an idea quick of how you make it.
How I make it. Okay, so for 2 weeks, let's say the strawberries and the tarragon will sit into a jar, okay, with the apple cider vinegar. It gets shaken daily, all right, so that everything gets nicely mixed up. And then at the end of that 2 weeks, I take my handy dandy chinois. Okay, this is a strainer. It's a stainless steel strainer, all right? And with my little gloved hand, I pour the contents of the jar in here and push it through to get all the liquid out, all right? And then we go and sterilize all my bottles, okay? The interesting thing about my bottles is that they are Formioli Rocco. They are Italian-made bottles, okay? With their little flip tops right here. And I have them in 2 different sizes, the 8-ounce, and we have the 4-ounce bottles as well. So then they get sterilized, the product gets put into them, they get wrapped so that you can't accidentally open these, and labeled.
And so, would you drink this straight? And if so, how much would you? Bless you. That's never happened before. Which is weird that nobody's ever sneezed on the show before.
Okay.
So, all right, back to the shrubs.
Back to the shrubs.
You got so many different flavors here.
Yes.
And so, would I just drink this right out of the bottle?
You could if you can stomach straight or a lot of vinegar. Okay. Some people can and some cannot. But here's what you do with the shrubs, all right? Take this and you can do a 1-to-1 ratio and make a salad dressing, okay? You can take the Farmhouse, let me see, there is a fire cider shrub, Farmhouse fire shrub, right here, okay? And this has 10 different, besides the apple cider vinegar, 10 different ingredients to include horseradish, cayenne, it's got jalapeno and serrano peppers in it, ginger, it has a lot of goodness, onion, all right? But take that and you can do a marinade for any sort of meat, okay? Cocktails, you can make cocktails with any of this.
So if I was to add this with vodka or something?
Yes.
And nothing else? Or
do you
still need some sugar?
So test it, okay? Because your tolerance for the tartness of this may not be the same as mine. So I tell everyone, test just a little bit and see how you react to it. But sugar, honey, stevia, you can add all of that to a cocktail.
How many flavors are you up to now?
I have 21 flavors. Okay.
I see cherry cinnamon, strawberry
Yes.
ginger lime, strawberry rosemary.
Yes, strawberry tarragon, strawberry mint. I have peach cherry rosemary. And some of these I will abbreviate on the front. Like this one says peach cherry rose shrub, and rose is for rosemary.
Yeah.
I ran out of space.
Okay, so that's an interesting enough story. Like, then what did you do next?
Next, out of all of it, okay. So, kind of led me to, I made hot honey, okay? Hot honey has 3 ingredients.
Okay.
And it is
me have that.
raw, unfiltered honey with a little bit of apple cider vinegar at the very end of it. And yeah, it is just, oh, and chili peppers. That's what gives you the hotness to it, okay?
Put this on pizza.
Yes, it comes out of, the story goes, from Argentina, okay? And everything migrates up here. So they would use it on pizza and their meats and veggies. The same thing. You do the same thing here. Roasted meats. It's fantastic.
Well, since this is over here,
Okay.
we're gonna talk about these. I just don't understand.
Those are my fun stuff right there, okay? It's pretty much sugar with the essence of the fruits in it, okay? And it's called the original Party in a Bag, and it is for making slushies or mixed drinks for adults.
Right? This lady's she's got such incredible, unique stuff.
And there's
so
4 different
blueberry
flavors.
licious, sunset sangria,
Yes,
Spanish sangria, and strawberry daiquiri frappe.
yes, yes.
And so this you mix this in a blender? Or make
Yes,
frozen?
yes. Actually, what you would do is you take that, you pour it into a large pitcher, okay, at least 2 quarts or better. Pour an entire bottle of 750 milliliters of wine into it. Pour the same amount of water into it. Stir, stir, stir. You want to get that sugar really mixed up. Stick it in the freezer for about 2 hours. Go check it. Okay, the more that you can stir it while it's in the freezer, the smaller the little ice particles will be, okay, which gives it a better consistency.
How did you know how to make this stuff?
This has been a lot of research. I fall under the cottage food laws of Colorado, and I had to find things that I could make that did not require refrigeration. So dry stuff is perfect. These are perfect. I can do apple cider vinegars in a heartbeat. I cannot do olive oil though.
Excuse my reach, I'm gonna pull over these. Like, then how do you get over to these? To soups.
So soups, it's more dry items that I can put together.
Okay.
So these can be vegetarian, or you can go full out meat with it and add the sausage to them, or really anything that you want to, okay?
So we got high country soup here. Look at how well it's packaged too. I love how it's layered like that. And then what do you? Oh, it's instructions on the back.
Yes, all the instructions are on the back. And even additions. So you can make that with water, or you can use broth with it if you want to, like a chicken or a vegetable broth.
Okay, then we got all these jars over here. I'm just
Yes,
gonna pull
we
over a
have
couple
all
of
the
them.
jars. Okay, these are all my different nuts that are in honey. And again, all right, so my honey is raw, unfiltered honey. It comes out of Greeley, Colorado. It's Rice's honey, okay? Rice is also, they will combine honey from different makers here in Colorado. They sell to Costco, which I found amazing, okay? They actually work all over the country. But yeah, their honey is fantastic.
I've never seen nuts in a jar with honey.
Yes.
What do you just
So-
eat them right out of the jar?
You can. All right, so here's the great thing. The nuts are all toasted. So we have pecans, we have pistachios, we have pine nuts, black walnuts, English walnuts are in these, and almonds as well. So the nuts are toasted, they're put into the honey, okay, and there's about a half a cup or better in each one of the jars, all right? You can eat it straight out of the jar. You can put this on ice cream.
Oh,
You can put it on ice cream.
yeah.
You can put it on ice cream. It's delicious. Put it on toast or
French toast.
granola. Yes, French toast. Be delicious.
All right, then there's more, right? What is
There's
the-
more. And so these are all handmade seasonings that I do, okay? I actually have 5 different types. The 5 spice probably is the most popular. It's an Asian spice that you can put on anything if you want to. The seasoning salt is pretty good too, and I use that on roasted vegetables, especially if I do the grill. And I have some pictures on Instagram that I did of the grilling where I use my seasoning salt on it.
I'd love to see your house. I mean, this is How do you do all this in the house?
I'm busy. My kitchen works hard. Let me say that. Oh, and this is congee right here, okay? So again, dry ingredients. Congee has been around for about 3,000 years, okay? It's a Chinese rice soup. The longer you cook it, the more it breaks down. It becomes like a porridge consistency, and it's easier to digest, okay? Each one of those has turmeric in it. It has just goodness. You can use it as a main meal. You could use it as a breakfast if you wanted to. You could even use it as a side dish, okay?
I know a lot of people know what most of this stuff is, but for me, I'm learning so much today. Congee.
Congee.
Never had it before. Now I'm really confused. Then somehow you get into baklava.
Yes, baklava. Okay, so baklava came about from 2019. My husband and I went on our cruise, and this was our honeymoon cruise. We were married in 2017. We saved up to go on to this. It was an 11-day cruise. We went to the Mediterranean. We were in Greece and Italy. In Santorini, we were at a restaurant, and it was absolutely just beautiful. And they brought out this piece of baklava that was just huge and just, oh, it was gorgeous. It was decadent. And two of us, we sat there with 2 forks eating on this one piece. And we got back later and talked about it and said, we have to find a way of how to make this.
That's the last thing I would have said after eating baklava. I look at that and go, I would never want to make that. That looks so hard.
It is. It takes us about, and he has to help me. The phyllo dough, the little slices are so thin that they will rip really, really easily.
Yes.
So he stands on one side of the counter, I'm on the other, and we pick them up and we move them over. And it's one at a time because each layer has to have butter put onto the top of it, okay? And we have a sing-song that we do. It's 6 nuts, 6 nuts, 6 nuts, 10. Okay.
And does he sing it too?
He won't sing it. No,
I didn't
no.
think so.
He'll do
What's his
something
name?
different. Bill.
And
Bill is my
what
husband.
does he think of all this?
I think he loves it. He's not a fan of the shrubs, but the baklava, anything sweet,
Oh yeah.
he loves it.
All right, where can people buy all this stuff?
Okay, so I have an Etsy account. I have a website. And I'm doing farmers markets, okay? So the farmers markets I've been doing is Woodland Park. They're on Fridays from 8 until 1. I start back with them in September, okay? Every Friday. The next one I'm doing is the Backyard Market, okay? And the Backyard Market, these are cute little coins that they have. You can show those, okay? And the Backyard Market actually runs 2 different farmers markets. You have the one over at Black Forest Community Center right behind it, and you have the one at the farm, okay? It's off of Interquest, which is a great planned community. But they're doing theirs. The farm is every Sunday now from 10 until 1, I believe. And I start back with them also in September. And Black Forest Community Center, the farmers market behind it, that is every Saturday from 8 until 1.
Do you have everything they see here in stock?
Yes.
So
yes,
they can order it on Etsy?
Yes. They
or
can
what's your website?
My website is theurbanfarmhouseco.com.
Theurbanfarmhouseco.com.
Yes.
And you can order from there.
Yes.
Or they'll send you to Etsy. Or...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can order straight from the website. And the thing is, again, I fall under Colorado cottage food laws.
Yeah.
I will send only in Colorado. But now if you take it out of the state, that's fine.
Shoot, we missed these.
Oh, those are seasonings that are, they're mixes, okay? Put those with some mayo and some sour cream. Yeah, it's delicious stuff. And do dips. They're dips. They're dips.
I'm going for traditional. I will try one of these because I am curious.
Okay.
You know, I have to, but there's no way I'm not eating a piece of baklava right now.
It's good.
Anything else before we go?
Let me see here. I showed my chinois. We're good. We got all of those. I think I'm fine. I think so.
You killed it. Thank you so much for coming on. We got everything accomplished, and yeah, you were very calm and composed.
Okay.
It was great.
Okay. Thank
We'll
you.
see everybody today at 11:30 for What's for Lunch. We have some Greek food coming on. We have Mazevo coming on from Tennyson Street. Let's eat. Oh, it's so light. I mean, who thinks I want to make that? Oh, that's a 10. Dude, that is a 10. That is incredible baklava.